Hi everyone, I am Ketra. Welcome to a collective reading. So what I thought we would do today is look at like 3 categories and have our guides guide us on how to go forward from them. So it's going to be challenges, our resources, and the lesson that we're learning. So again, this is a collective reading, so these messages may not resonate with you, and if they don't, that's okay. But I just really wanted to do a reading with my Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I've been using a couple other decks, and I looked over and I saw this one. It's pretty, it's reflective. And I'd made those notes a while ago and I saw them this morning and I said, all right, let's go ahead and do this. So let's take a look and I'm going to ask you to sit back, relax, take a nice deep breath. Think about some of the challenges or a challenge that you're facing. And I love the idea of that because it literally just kind of puts you as if you are sitting there right now having a one-on-one reading with me. And also, side note, I am available next week for one-on-one readings. The only day I'm not available is the 18th of July. Other than that, send me a message and we will go from there and kind of coordinate our schedules, or leave me a comment on how I can reach you, and we'll go from there. Big thank you to all my viewers and my subscribers. Just taking that moment every day that I see my subscriber numbers go up and the views go up, it just makes me feel so good, and it gets me right back in this chair trying to share the message from my God, my spirit, my guides to you as we're all on our path to spiritual recovery while we're on our soul's journey. That's literally why I do my YouTube channel. And I am a very young channel, so if you are so inclined and would like to, you can donate to my channel. There is a link below. You may have to copy and paste it, or the link actually might work today. I don't know. But if you're so inclined, please go ahead and do that. But let's go ahead and let's focus. Let's focus on what challenge we might be facing. What challenge do we want to address today? All right. 5 of Wands. All right, Spirit, I see what you're doing there. So a challenge that we might be facing is when so many things are coming at us at once, or we're trying to handle so many things at once. How do we just narrow that down to just maybe one thing at a time, one day at a time? How is it that we can kind of grasp the idea of just do one thing and do it well? Just do the one thing and do it well. So we're going to clarify the 5 of Wands before we move on to resources and lesson learning. So what does the 5 of Wands look like in reference to that chaos? Queen of Cups. So I think to address that feeling that we get when we're trying to handle so many things at once and life's coming at us in like 5 different directions at one time is to stop, to pause, to nurture just one thing at a time. That's literally it. It's like, okay, let's prioritize. What is it that we need to prioritize in our life right now that would help us the most, that would ease the chaos, that would slow everything down for us? What would that be? So you have another 5. You have a 5 of Swords, which is conflict, change, and challenge. So there's definitely some sort of conflict or challenge that you're dealing with right now, which is literally it's so funny. Isn't it funny sometimes how like you'll ask a question and then like tarot can literally show you, yep, if it's a challenge, here are the 2 most challenging cards in the deck, the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Because the 5 of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. You literally can't make that up. So what's missing? The 5 of Cups. So the 5s in tarot are the most challenging cards because they deal with conflict and change and things like that. And so I think we have clearly established that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with internal conflict. We're dealing with things coming at us too fast, too much at once. And our Queen of Cups, she really wants you to just look at her in the card. She's literally just looking at that cup, nurturing it, loving it, kind, and just caring. And so what is the one thing that you can do for yourself right now that would ease that burden, that would ease that conflict that you're feeling right now. So we are going to ask Tarot to show us our resources. What resources do we have right now that can help us ease all of this conflict? What resources do we have? We have the divine. We have God. You have your higher self. You can literally pray and meditate and ask for the messages to come to you. Like when you don't know what to do, okay, show me the way. Show me the way that I can ease my frustration. Show me the way that I can ease the conflict that I'm dealing with right now. And so justice. Justice is really about finding the balance in a situation, because if we're in a chaotic situation, it just can feel very unfair. And so I'm not surprised that the justice card came up, because that's when she's asking us to just find that balance. Find that balance between what you have to do and why are you having that internal conflict? Like dig deep, like what and where is this feeling coming from? Is it a feeling like I'm starting to kind of feel like I'm out of breath right now? So does it feel like you're kind of 10 of wands situation where you're taking on too many burdens at once? So we're just going to get a little bit more guidance on our resources. Okay, so if we need to find balance to calm the crazy in our lives. So 3 of wands. 3 of wands for me on this one is again, take that time to pause and meditate. Take that time to look at the situation and how you want to proceed forward. So like maybe writing out a list. Okay, this is everything that I have going on right now. What is it that would make me the happiest to move forward and accomplish and get done? What was that? What would that look like? So if they pray, they meditate, they take that time to think. The other resource that you have is strength. So you literally, in your resources, I love that you have 2 major arcana cards that are giving you advice. They're telling you to find that balance in your life, find that feeling of, okay, this feels fair. I'll do this if you do that. Or I can handle this situation this way because this is what is going to happen once this situation calms down. So your resources are finding balance, looking at the situation, and going forward once you figure out how you want to move forward, and just tap into that strength that you have. So the lesson that we are learning, I love this, the lesson that we are learning. What is the lesson that we're learning? It's just finding balance. I almost don't even need to pull any cards for this one. It's finding that balance, achieving that balance, calming the chaos, calming the crazy. Calming the crazy. You guys. All right. So the lesson that we are learning is the Fool. It's starting on a journey, yes, with the Fool card, but this is literally learning a new way to do things, learning a new way to achieve balance in your life. And it's going to take some work. You're going to have to work on it just a little bit. So this is our 7 of Pentacles. It's just going to take a little bit of work. And sometimes you're thinking, well, I've done that. I've been working on it. I've been trying to find that balance. I've been trying to achieve that balance. And yeah, sometimes we can kind of feel like we are just hitting ourselves over the head until we change one of the behaviors. So there's something here that needs to change. There's some sort of way that you're doing something collectively that you're wanting to have some change and you're wanting to get that help. So let's look at another idea of the lesson that we're learning to just kind of give me a little bit more guidance. 3 of Cups, because this is what you want. So once you do find that balance in your life, once I just keep hearing calm the crazy. Once the crazy in your life kind of calms down and settles down a little bit, and you're no longer dealing with that internal conflict, this is what you get, 3 of Cups. It's a celebration. You're starting something in a new way. You're going to have to put some work into it, but it's going to end up really, really, really good for you. And I don't know why I'm good with this here, but I just want to clarify that 5 of Swords. Let's clarify the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands together. Show me why the 5 of Wands and 5 of Swords together. Judgment. Yep. That makes sense. So this situation here, this 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands situation that you're going through, where Spirit is literally asking you to come at it from a direction of kindness and love and I can't get that word that I'm trying to, it's abundance, and I know it's a redundant word, but just be abundantly loving and kind with this situation that you're dealing with, because you're being called to action. Like, you need to address whatever the situation is for you. You need to address that situation, and you'll know. So like with the judgment card, I love the judgment card, because like these little guys are in coffins, right? But they heard the call. So it's like coming from the old way that you may have handled situations. And it's like the divine in this picture to me, that is our higher selves, and our higher selves are connected to God, right? So that's literally however it resonates with you. That is God. That is your higher self. That is the divine asking you to step away from this crazy situation and this internal conflict, and to be nurturing and loving to yourself. Just nurture that cup, and that cup is you. That cup is you. Oh, I love that. Okay, so I think what I want to do now, because if you know me at all, I have a lot of tarot cards. I have a lot of oracle cards, because I'm so drawn to, I'm drawn to the divine, and I'm drawn to the divination ways that we can, and I'm probably saying that wrong, that we can communicate with them physically, like visually. We can communicate with them silently and quietly and on our own. But I love the cards because it gives us an opportunity to be able to physically see the message that they're trying to get to us, and then I can share it with you guys. So we are going to take this little message here, which is abundance. Good things flow easily and from everywhere. I am grateful for all the abundance coming my way. Life supports me. Love surrounds me. And even though I want to keep pulling more cards, we're going to end with that one, because it is so beautiful. It is so kind, and it is so touching, because I do feel like through this whole reading, to calm the crazy, to hear that call, just take those moments to pause, be kind and loving and abundantly, like my heart just feels like it just wants to reach out and hug you guys. Just be kind and loving to yourselves, so that this situation can calm down. You can find that balance and figure out that new way to do it. And don't be afraid to put in the work, because you got that 3 of Cups situation coming your way. So, all right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing and liking and all that fun stuff. Until the next video, take care and have a great rest of your day.